Hi, welcome. Thanks for joining. Well, it's the back end of February now. A few days till March comes around. Now, March and April are really good months when the buzzers start to hatch, depending on the weather conditions, and the fishing really gets into full swing. I've already had a good session a couple of days ago on the buzzers, which is a great sign, straight lining them, and basically basic buzzers fish better than all these things that you see on social media, which are brightly coloured and look nothing like a buzzer. They're to catch anglers and not fish. So I'll tie a couple of really easy buzzers here today. Basic colour black, which is 80% of what these, black and olive and brown basically. But early season, you can't beat the black ones. So we'll get on tying. Now, I've got a hook in the vise, which is, it's a size 12, but obviously you can tie these from 10s right down to 16s, depending on your local water where you're fishing. It's a heavyweight champ I've got in, and it's a black nickel, and this one's a size 12. So the thread I'm going to use is black, classic waxed 75. And I'll describe the other stuff as we go along. So we'll start, put a little base down behind the eye. Chop that off. Now I'm going to put breathers on this. So what I'm going to use is a piece of white Glow Bright number 16 for the breather. So I'm going to cut a little bit of that off and fold it over to make the breathers. So got a bit of that there now. Now I'm going to, it's only a few inches, I'm going to fold it over, double it over, and then double it again. So basically I've got two loops like that, tied on at the front on the top, square it up, and then tie it in, leave a few millimeters in front, and then fold this back over and over the top. This does two things: it ties your breathers in nicely, and it also gives a bit of shape to the thorax. So I'll go over the top of there and go around a few times there, and then fill this in. Now, what I'm going to do is take a bit of this bright silver wire, just the length of that. This is going to be the rib. It's 0.1 millimeter in bright silver. So I'm going to take a touch of that, tie it in. Just tie it in here where the thorax is going to be, and then just work down towards the bend. Out there. Now I'm going to spin my thread anti-clockwise, and then I'm just going to come back up the body. Towards where the thorax is going to be. Alright, now we'll take the rib, we'll go around the back of the thread, and then just start ribbing it up. Even spaces as much as you can, and then up towards the thorax, and we'll tie it off here. We'll twist that off. Now we'll make a thorax shape, like a oval shape. That'll do it nicely. And then we'll finish off in front of those breathers. So we'll pull that across, a few turns in there, finish it off. Cut that off, wet that a little bit, keep it together. Now what I'm going to use here for to cover the thorax is I've got these two UV nail polish gels. Canny is the make, and I'm using black, and I'm also using white as well. So I'm going to take a bit of these and put them on a card or whatever you want to, and then put it on a cocktail stick. So I'll put a bit on there, and I've got a cocktail stick here, and I'm going to put this along on the top and all the way around on the thorax. Build a thorax with that. And then once we get it on, we'll harden it off. Take your time doing this. Make sure you're happy with it. That'll do nicely, and then hit it with the lamp, with the torch, UV torch. Now that'll harden that off, gives a nice thorax shape. And once this is hardened, I'm going to put a white hot spot on the side of the thorax. So it's basically a wicked white, which is, I find, absolutely amazing early season. To be honest, March and April, you kind of beat them. If I only had one buzzer to fish early season, I would use these ones. Caught lots and lots of fish over the last 18 years. So what we do now is, once we've got that hardened, we'll have to take the white one and get a bit of white one on a cocktail stick, and I'm just going to put a little dot on that side. There you go, and equal spacing on this side. Put a little dot on that side as well. So, and then we'll rotate these, get that smoothed a little bit, and then hit the spot with a lamp. So we'll harden that off. Once they're hardened, we'll get a bit of varnish just to finish it off. Just want a little bit of this, so we'll go around the thorax, a little coat on there, and then very fine amount on the body itself. We just want those ribs to stand through. And there you go. Obviously let that harden off. We'll trim our breathers. So we'll get a hold of our breathers, trim them see where we are. There you go. So there's the breeder. So that's just to harden off. Now that there, basic as it is, will catch you tons and tons of fish. Straight lined. Doing them in different sizes. We'll do another one. Similar, slightly different, and that one will catch lots of fish as well. So we'll do the second one. Very similar to the first one, just a different body. So we'll start off again using the same thread, same hook, and we'll create a little base for the breathers. Get my floss, fold it over, get it on the top, make sure it's square, tie it down a bit, and then round the front, pull them over, and then tie it down a bit, get it over the top. And then down the road. Now this time, instead of using the wire, what we're going to use to create a nice body shape is some black flexi floss. So we'll take a strand of that, put one strand, and again we'll tie it in just behind where the thorax is going to be. A few nice tie-in turns, and then we're going to stretch this along nice and tight along the shank towards the bend, and then we're going to use this to create the nice rib, nice body shape. Right, so again we'll spin our thread anti-clockwise and then come back up. Make sure everything's filled in. And then we'll cut that off. And then we'll go around the back, pulling this really tight, and then we'll create the rib using this material. So it gives it a nice shape on the body. We'll ease off as we're coming up towards the thorax and over the top. Cinch it down nice and tight, and then we can cut this off like that. Notice where we'll start with our thorax again, make a nice shape again. Very basic again, but that's what the fish love. So give them what they want. You don't want all these gory things that frighten them away. So that's a nice shape there. We'll finish that off. Round the front, 2 turns, tie it off. Take that off. Again, we'll get our UV. Put a bit of that on there again. And just stick it on. You see, take your time with this. It's not too bad of stuff to put on, but a little bit at a time. got a nice shape. Rotate it and spread it round evenly, and then whack it with a light, harden that off, then breathe that light up when you get the UV light on them. Harden it off. Get a white one. Our spot on the side. One. Two. Rotate that a bit. Get one light again. Harden it off. Back to our varnish. So on our rib here, we want the finest of coats because we want the rib to stand through again. So a little bit on the top of the thorax, and then just a tiny amount on the rib. Now that rib stands through nicely. You see, I do them in the different sizes. It's important to have the smaller sizes as well. And then we'll chop off the breather. So there you go. 2 easy patterns which I guarantee you'll catch fish when the buzzers start fairly. You'll 100% catch fish on these 2. So give them a tie up. They're fairly easy. And if you like them, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I'll be doing some buzzer fishing videos, no doubt, in the next few weeks, and for sure these patterns here will be one of the ones I have on the line. So hope you enjoyed that. Thanks very much. See you soon. Bye now.